What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well, kicking ass, taking names, and obtaining and enjoying Dominaria United. I'm a little behind, but we're gonna do my set review because I plan on doing a post set review before the next set comes out. I'm gonna post and be like, yeah, this card has been overperforming. This card has not done anything, and do some research for standard and modern, just find out what cards are getting played and stuff like that. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into probably my favorite color of all time, green. All right, Silverback Elder, 2 and 3, 5/7. Whenever you cast a creature spell, choose one. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. All right, that's pretty good. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into the battlefield tabs. Ugh, that's really not good. And gain 4 life. Ugh. 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 See, here's the thing about this card. You have to think about it as in, what am I getting for 5 mana? For 5 mana, you're getting a 5/7. That's a lot. Well, it's not a lot when you talk about standard and stuff, right? This is clearly a 10 out of 10 in limited formats. Instead of life gain is good, just maybe you kill an artifact or enchantment. And there are sagas in this format, so that can happen. But looking at the lamb thing, that doesn't seem good in any context. In a really grindy game, maybe, but okay. I'm gonna give this card a 5 out of 5 in limited, obviously, and we're gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5 in constructed. I just don't think it's going to see constructed play. All right, the world spell. All right, pretty bold claim. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-saga permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. Now, see, this is what I like to do. You're just card advantage, right? This card is, but 7 mana, so that's not really worth it. We're gonna need to read this. Put up to 2 non-saga permanent cards from your hand into the battlefield. 2 for 7. You can pick where you start, right? So you could just go 7 mana, play this, boom, 2 Emrakuls or whatever. That seems pretty amazing. In limited, this is a 5 out of 5 because it generates a lot of value. 7 mana is a lot, but think that the fact that you get to do these 2 things twice, or this thing twice, is like really good. Maybe 4 out of 5. I don't know. 4 out of 5 in limited. Standard and constructed has potential. Potential is like 5. Realistically, I'm gonna be realistic. 7 mana is a lot. I'm gonna give it a 2. And 2, I guess, is like, might see niche play one of in one deck that's like based around it, maybe. Otherwise, it's not going to see any play. Leaf Crowned Visionary. 2 mana, all your elves. Okay, well, that's amazing. This card's already a staple in elf decks. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you may pick. Wow, this card's amazing. This card is insane. Constructed, super duper worthy. This is going to be a 4 of in elf decks in Legacy. And maybe it's good enough to make it make an elf deck in modern. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe standard. I doubt it, but dude, that's a hell of a powerful card. Limited, probably. Let's see how many elves there are. 1, other 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other elves. Give it a 3 out of 5 in limited. Actually, 4 out of 5. Because if you get it, like, if you open this and you try to go force it, like, probably going to work out fairly well. And this effect is just very powerful. So, the issue with it is how good are these other elves? See, this, you could do a whole fucking video about how good this card could be in limited, you know? But I'm just gonna give it my guess in, I think, a 3.5. Better than your average bear. And that's saying a lot because this is a bear, a small bear, you know? Means that I think that this stuff is pretty relevant. And in constructed, yeah, 5 out of 5. We know this is gonna see a lot of play. Quarian Beast Caller. So this is a new Quarian Dryad thing. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on it. Okay, just like, yeah, the ones that was like non-green spells. And then when this guy dies, you distribute the counters among any equal to the counters on it. So you don't get the first two. Alright. Well, this is definitely better than your average bear. Yeah, I'm gonna give this guy like probably a 5 out of 5 in limited, because if you drop this on turn 2 and then turn 3 you play a card, turn 4 you play another dude, this card is just like big, you know, and then they have to deal with it, and then when they do, you just distribute those counters to other things. This card is amazing and limited. And constructed, you have to play a lot of creatures. 3 out of 5 in limited. This could see play. This could be a, maybe not a staple, but respectable playable in constructed, I could see. But probably only standard. Llanowar, Green Widow. 3 mana, 4/3, reach trample. Okay, that's alright. Return this guy from your graveyard. Battlefield tap, so it could cost, like, this costs 8, so it would be 3. So it would be the same if you have one of every basic land. If this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Okay, so you don't even get to do it over and over. You're having to pay a bunch of mana. Ugh. I mean, limited powerhouse, 5 out of 5. Constructed, though? 1? 2? I don't think this card's going to see a lot of play. Maybe I'm glossing over it, but it just seems pretty weak. 3 mana, sorcery, search your library for up to 4 creature cards with different powers. Okay, and reveal them. Okay, so this is the new gifts on giving, but for creature power, sorcery, they get to pick. You're gonna get the 3rd and 4th best creature in your deck. I mean, it's gonna be hard to break this card, but I bet you people are gonna do it. I'm gonna give it high potential, and I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4 because I think its potential is high, and I think it will pay out. Okay. In limited, it's like 3 mana, draw 2 in green. That seems good. 2 creatures. 4 out of 5. I mean, it's not going to end the game, but it's going to be nice. Okay. Defy Low Vigor. 5 mana, 6/6 trample. Okay. Limited, 5 out of 5. I like to just show people what I think, makes a limited 5. Maybe this isn't a 5, actually. Maybe this is 5 mana, trample, 6/6. It's probably like a 3 or a 4 in limited, maybe, actually. Maybe I'm evaluating too high, but I know what this fucking thing does. It's going to make all your permanents, you can pay life instead of the green. Whenever you play a permanent, all your creatures get +1/+1. This guy, 5 out of 5 in limited. Let's not talk about what it theorize. Let's just say what this is and how fucking good it is. Damn, son. Limited, God. Constructed, I also think it's good in constructed, to be fair. It's like a good top end. You could play a couple of them. You play it, and then let's say you're going to set up a situation where you want to play this, and then you're going to be able to play a creature immediately after, and then everything in play is going to be getting bigger. That is good. That is a really good card. I'm going to give this guy 4 out of 5 in constructed. Probably only sees play in standard again, but crazy good. Crazy good. Okay. Herd Migration, 7 mana, create a... Okay, could you create 5 3/3s? Or you could discard this, search your library for a basic land card, put it in your hand, then shuffle, and you gain 3 life. Okay. You can do that whenever too. So I think this card's nice actually. Limited. I've seen there's some 3-color cards in this set. Not a lot, but a decent amount. I'm gonna give this. They're clearly trying to lean in on, you know, green. Some colors like trying to probably green, being able to go all 5 colors. They have common lands that are gates basically. So, but they just don't count as basic land card types for this card, of course. Limited 3.5 out of 5. And constructed, probably 2. Yeah. 7 mana is just too much to like. Even 5 3/3s, that's really not enough to get for 7 mana. So, Alright. 2 mana, 1/3 elf, taps for any color. Target land becomes a 3/3. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. Target land you control. Let's point that out. I mean, cards like this always see play. In limited, I'd probably not give it a 5. I'd give it like a 3. 3.5 maybe. But in constructed, this card's definitely going to see some play. And it's an elf. Maybe a 3.5. Because I think it had, there's a lot of good elves, so it's going to have to beat a lot of other cards. So, I'm going to give it a 3 because it might see some play in standard. Might not see play outside of there. But it's an elf, so you kind of, it's not like this guy. This guy, insane. Alright. Urborg Thurgorf. Whatever. Each time you kick it, you mail 3. Okay. Power taps indicate the number of creatures. Okay. I mean, for 4 mana, you play this, you mill some guys. You've already probably had a guy die, so you're like talking like a 4 mana 4/5 that with upside. And sometimes you just want to play it for less. You just like play it at 3 mana or 2 because it's already big enough or whatever. Yeah, this card seems awesome. I'm gonna give it a strong rating. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 in limited because it just gets big quick, and it's so cheap. And it just fills itself. Yeah, I mean, this seems awesome. 4 out of 5 in limited, and honestly, 5 out of 5 in constructed. I think this card will see play. I mean, as long as the decks can, like green decks, like a mono green deck exists where it can just hold down, put enough beats. Well, I guess if it's mono green, this guy's not good, right? I'm gonna give this guy lower. I'm gonna give it 3.5 in constructed. I might be totally wrong. See, like, if this guy ends up being a 5, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up starting seeing a ton of play. But I gotta give it a rating here and now. Okay. 7 mana, 7/7, trample, enters the battlefield. You gain 5 life. Where's the draw card too, huh? Alright, this guy's huge. I like it in green. I actually really do. Because, there's sometimes when you play your big green monster and you just die, and like this guy makes it so you're like staying alive. This reminds me of that Hearthstone card. Isn't this a Hearthstone card? Yeah. Limited. I'm gonna say, oof. Still, at the end of the day, it does just get terrored or whatever, and it is 7 mana. They can kill you before you get it out. I'm gonna give it a 4 for those reasons. In limited, I want to give it higher, but I can't with a clear conscience. And in limited, obviously, constructed, obviously, it's nothing. Alright, 3 mana, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tap, and shuffle. Alright, that's already a good effect. You're like cultivating, kind of. Then you create a 1/1 sapper land, and then target creature you control gets +X/+X and gains trample until end of turn. We're domain. Awesome. I like this card. Because it does all its things for itself. It gets you a land, then you make a 1/1, then that 1/1 gets big for a turn and hits them. Like, what more do you want out of a card in limited? I'm gonna give this a 4. 4.5. It's real strong, actually, I think. And you could also get to pick where you start, right? So later in the game, you don't have to wait for these fucking two. You can just be like, alright, play this thing, give my big guy, give this guy trample, right? Enlist a few dudes, boom, smack you. Like, that's amazing. Yeah, 4.5 out of 5. In constructed, I don't think this sees play. I'm going to give it a, on the radar though, 1.5. I think that's like a cop out, but could see play. It could not see play. Who knows? Alright, tail swipe. Green. Instant. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you cast a spell during your main phase, that creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Those creatures fight. I mean, the fact that 1 mana fight is good, and then the fact that if you need that +1/+1, it doesn't really matter if you're doing it sorcery speed or not. I mean, I'm gonna give this card good praise. Be ready. It's funny how this is how good they need to be though at this point, because compared to get ones in formats that are better than the ones that already exist. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 in limited because 1 mana removal, damn. And then the only worry you have to do with these kind of cards is, do they have a trick at the same time, right? So, but the fact that this one's an instant makes it so green, who usually has the bigger creature anyway, can get away with it. And then in constructed, maybe a 2. Might see some play. Remember how I was talking about like a big deck with this dude? Or, this guy? Could see that he's being good together. Although this guy wants more creatures, but if you're going to have some spells, you might as well make him some easy removal spells to play off your big giant dudes. Alright, 5 mana, 4/5 enlist. 0 in constructed, probably say that about half these cards from here, but I think enlist is a strong mechanic. If you can give this guy trample, it's just insane. We've seen one way to give creatures trample. I'm sure there'll be at least 1 or 2 more. This guy's a big dude. You know what my biggest gripe about this card is? Why the fuck isn't it a Kavu? We're back in the realm of Kavus. Give us 1 or 2 more Kavu. Fuck. There's like 2 in red and then none in green. Some bullshit. And I looked ahead to the multicolored cards just because I wanted to see if there was some Kavu, and there was not. So, fuck. Favorite creature type ever. Hopefully they hit us with some more in the next set, but I don't think they're gonna. Alright. Yeah, about this guy. Limited, 5 mana, 4/5, enlist. Yeah, this guy's probably a house. Probably wins games. I want to give a 5. I'm going to give him a solid 5 in limited. I think he's really good. When it comes to uncommons, this guy's probably going to be one of your best. Because it might not be like a primo removal spell, right? But if they don't have a good removal spell, this guy's going to do work. This is going to start abyssing your opponent sometimes. Alright. Tear Asunder. Exile target artifact or enchantment. If this spell was kicked, exile target non-land permanent instead. What? Wow. This is exile. Do you read this? This card's insane. Am I wrong? I mean, green, you're getting a improved disenchant. Exile target artifact or enchantment for green. Instant 2. Better than disenchant. If this spell was kicked, exile target non-land permanent. We're talking creatures at this point. Like, for 4 mana instant speed removal. Oh my gosh, that seems good. Just because of the diversity. In limited, I'm putting this as a 5. Because it seems like really good removal for green. In constructed, asking a lot. I'm gonna say like a 2.5 in constructed. I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing like some maybe sideboard play or maybe even main deck play. But it might not be, and then I would be kind of disappointed because I think this card is quite good. Elvis Hydromancer, 3 mana, 3/2. Okay, doesn't have flying. Oh, it's the dude. Okay, 4 mana. Extra. When this enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. So it's a 3 mana 3/2, or a 7 mana. Wow, uncommon clone and a 3/2. I mean, that's quite good. Yeah. Limited, I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5. No, maybe even better. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm going all the way. 5 out of 5. Ding, 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 ding. Pew, 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 pew. Pew. Fireworks. Maybe I'll do that next set around. Like, next new set. I'm gonna be able to do that. Like, I'll hit a button with like, little fireworks or some shit. Mark my words. Okay. This video is getting pretty long. We still have a decent way to go, so let's hurry this up. Slimefoot Survey. Domain. Search your library for up to 2 land cards that each have a basic land type. Put them into the battlefield type. Wait. Oh, because 5 mana. I was like, this can get anything. You know, because it just, like, gets dualies and stuff. Then put onto the battlefield tapped. Okay. Look at the top X cards of your library. X is the number of basic land among lands you control. Okay. Put up to 1 of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library. Get a random order. So you don't get to draw the card, unfortunately, but it's some ramp that like sets you up for the turn after. Limited, 3 out of 5. 5 mana is a lot to do that, I think. Although if you can just like do it, you can just get a 7-drop and you're like, all right, we're in there. Weird card. And in constructed, I mean, I think constructed things that get 2 lands have high potential. Actually, better than limited. And this can get dual lands and tri-lands or whatever the hell it needs. I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. I'm doing it because I think Domain is starting to look pretty strong. Like a 5-color diversity deck. You play some kicker spells, you play some, you know, good value stuff, and then some nice top end, and this gets you there. I think it could be a deck. Strength, this is only standard. I don't think this sees any play outside of that. Maybe EDH or something. Strength of the Coalition. Green, and then 3. Target creature you control gets +2/+1 in a turn. If a spell was kicked, put a 1/1 creature counter on each creature. Ooh, that's really good. So you don't get quite as good as Giant Growth, but for 4 mana, you're getting the Giant Growth. One of them's a counter, and then that counter is going to all your dudes as well. Instant speed. Limited, very good. 4 out of 5 in limited, because this card's going to break some games in half. And then in constructed, probably unplayable. Okay, Yavimaya Ironclast. 2 mana, 3/2 trample, 1 red. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it gets +1/+1 and haste until the turn. It becomes a 4th. Okay, 5 out of 5 in both. 3 mana, 4/3 haste trample. Boom! Smash your opponent across the face. This card's amazing. Wow. And it might even see play outside of standard. This card's pretty sweet. This is one of those pushed uncommons, I think. Cool. Territorial Maru. Power and toughness are equal to twice the number of basic land types among lands you control. So 5 mana, you're probably getting a 6 at least. You might be getting a 5 mana 10/10. Yeah, limited, this guy's a 5. And yeah, this guy's insane too. I'm going to give him a 4 in constructed. I mean, I'm going to put these both at 4. You know, this deck looks cool. It might not like exist, and then I'm going to have to be like, yeah, I was wrong about this card, this card, this card, and this card, you know. Enlist, 4 mana, 2/5. Boring. I mean, it plays some defense, and then it can definitely bring your guys in with its big ass. 3 out of 5. You know, nothing amazing. Maybe 2 out of 5. Broken Wings, the sword. Yeah, this effect is mid. I'm gonna give it unlimited 2 out of 5, I guess. I mean, we have this thing, right? That's what you would much rather play. Okay, 3 mana. Death Touch that also brings in mana. Ooh, I like this card. Yeah, limited 3 out of 5. No, more than that. 4 out of 5 in limited. 3.5. It doesn't change the game, but you're always going to want these. They're nice. Okay. 5 mana, 5/4, Vigilance Trample. Big worm, you know. Constructed, 0, limited. What'd I give this guy? 3.5? Probably give this guy about a 3.5. If you get to this kind of mana, I mean, that's looking good. He's a big boy. There's probably better things, but, you know, he's still a big boy. We'll give him a 3. Alright. 2 mana, 0/2, Defender. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library and reveal a land card from among them and put it into your hand. Wow, this card's nice. I mean, it's just gonna get you a land. And any land card. Doesn't, yeah, this card's fine. Clunks up the board. Makes you be able to play less lands in your very land-heavy deck in limited. I'm gonna give this guy. I'm gonna give this guy 3 out of 5. Yeah, he'll be played. Definitely see some play. And then there's some cards that like put counters on creatures, right? There's a few of them. There's like this thing. There's this trick over here. Over here. I might do some stuff. Alright, I'm in. Okay. Hexbane Tortoise. 3 mana, 3/2. Ward 2 and Enlist. Okay. It's like the smallest of the Enlist guys, but hey, you put something on its shoulders. Attack. They might not be able to play a creature and remove it because, or like a spell and remove, because the Ward 2 is, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not nothing for sure. So when people are playing those efficient red removal spells, they're like, oh well, now this isn't really that efficient. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I think red green looks like what I'm gonna want to draft in green in this set so far. Llanowar Stalker. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, this guy gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Bad. 0 in, well, in constructed you could like maybe start like, I played one, then played another, and now you're like attacking for 3 on turn 2 with an elf, which is kind of cool. In limited though, it's real bad. It's just not going to do anything. Like a 1 out of 5 in limited. Bite down. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power target. You show planeswalker you don't control. Dude, this is great. You have this and there's an uncommon fight card. That seems good. And the other one is good too. They're both instants. You're gonna have to play a lot. Green's gonna have some fucking bullshit tricks, dude. Yavimaya Sojourner, whatever. 8 mana, 4/6, domain. It's cheaper. So, could be a 3 mana, 4/6. It's pretty good. 2 mana until end of turn. Gets +1/+1 for each basic land type of man lands you control. Activate this only once a turn. I mean, this. Oh, Sunbathing Root Ball. I just realized what it is, what the image looks like. Oh, I love it. So cute. And you can do this turn. Can't do a turn 3, but you're attacking with it on turn 4. And at that point, if you have 4, you're like, oh shit, just, alright, take 2. And if they block, the thing is, if they block with you can't really attack. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. If they just said go, and they have like a 3/3 in play, you can't really attack with this guy unless you're willing to get time walked, because they might just time walk you. But if they do, it means they're using a removal on Sunbathing Rootwalla. So this guy can pull aggro. I'm gonna give him a 3.5 out of 5. Okay. Bog Badger. Okay, 3 mana 3/3. That's already reasonable in limited. Okay, you play a black when it enters the battlefield. Creatures you control gain menace until end of turn? No way. Just all my creatures just gain menace now. 1 turn. Wow. This card can push through so much damage. 4 out of 5. Dude, this is a 4 out of 5 for sure. It just fills the curve at 3 mana, and then later on you're just like, oh yeah, stalemate, okay. Figure out some good blocks. And then you have like another trick in hand because we're at late game, probably even saving like a fight spell or a pump spell. It's just going to be amazing. Alright. Domain, target creature gets +1/+1 for each basic land type you control. I don't know this language, don't even know what language it is, but I guarantee that's what this does. The one question is, Epiphemere? Is this a sorcery, instant, enchantment? Short-lived? Instant? Short-lived is quick? I don't know. If it's an instant, pretty good, I guess. If it's a sorcery, it's pretty bad. It's still alright, but I mean, 1 mana +5/+5. Imagine that's what you're having to deal with here at instant speed. Dude, that's gonna make a green so obnoxious. 3 mana. 3 mana, search your library for a basic land, put it in land. Okay. Basic land, put it in play tapped. This spell was kicked. Just 2 mana, so 5 mana, search up and get 2 spiders. Dude, this is so nice. You get to play it on 3 when that's what you want to do, when you're just like, hey, I'm this deck. I'm this deck and this deck, right? This big boy, this guy, right? You're like, turn 3 straight to 5, boom, play my 6/6, 7, 8/8, and or you draw it later and you're like, oh, it doesn't really matter that way, but it makes 2 1/1s. I feel like these 1/1s should come into play tapped or something to make it less good as a common. 4 out of 5 in limited, 0 in constructed. 2 mana, 1/3. When it blocks a creature with flying, it gets +2/+0. It's got a little reach. Little reachy spider. Snare Spider. I've seen this guy before. It's fine. It's like, a 2 out of 5. Never happy to play it, but you might. 4 mana, 4/4 reach. Now this I'm happy to play. He's just a big body. It's also twice as expensive, but hey. That's why you're playing green. 2 out of 5 though at the same time. At the same time, I'm happy to play it, but that doesn't increase its rating by me. 2 mana, 2/2. When it enters the battlefield was kicked, look at top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand. Wow. 4 out of 5 in limited. This is amazing. 4 mana, 2/2. It's just impulse. Dude, that seems great. You have to be blue to make it. If you're displaying just green, it's, a 2 out of 5. Probably even worse. 1.5. Alright, well, that's my green set review. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you all are having a lot of fun with this format so far. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Kick ass, take names, obtain.